Hi, homeschoolers, tutors, and teachers. Thank you for learning with Literacy Mobility. Today, we are learning about comparatives and superlatives. If you are following Common Core, here are your learning standards. Students will form and use comparative and superlative adjectives and adverbs, and choose between them depending on what is to be modified. This grammar lesson is for 3rd through 5th grades. Before we get started, go ahead and like this video and subscribe to the channel to get notifications to new uploads. Okay, let's get started with comparatives and superlatives. Comparatives are adjectives or adverbs that are used to compare two things to each other. Comparatives will tell us if something is more or less than something else and will end in ER. Think of it as comparing one thing that is more than something else. Sam is tall. Monique is taller than Sam. Let's compare them with the idea of one being lesser than the other. Sam is tall. Monique is taller. Sam is less tall or shorter than Monique. Let's try comparing one to be more than the other. A softball is small. A tennis ball is smaller. Of the two balls, the tennis ball is smaller than the softball. Let's compare one to be less than the other. A softball is small. A tennis ball is smaller. Of the two balls, the softball is less small or larger than the tennis ball. Superlatives are adjectives or adverbs that are used to compare one thing to two more or a group of things. Superlatives will tell us if something is more or less than when compared to two or more other things and will end in EST. Sam is tall. Monique is taller than Sam. Dr. Reese is the tallest. Comparing all three people, Dr. Reese is the tallest of the group. Comparing all three people, who is the least tall of the group? Sam is tall. Monique is taller than Sam. Dr. Reese is the tallest. Sam is the least tall or shortest of the group. Comparing one to be more of something in a group. A softball is small. A tennis ball is smaller. A golf ball is smallest. Of the three balls, the golf ball is smallest of the group of balls. Comparing one to be less than the others in a group. A softball is small. A tennis ball is smaller. A golf ball is smallest. Of the three balls, the softball is the least small or largest of the group of balls. Here are a few rules to abide by. Let's say that your adjective or adverb is one syllable and ends in E. For a comparative, just add the letter R to the end of the word. For a superlative, add EST to the end of the word. In this example, when comparing two things, the word cute becomes cuter. When comparing three things as a superlative, cute becomes cutest. Let's say that your adjective or adverb is one syllable, has one vowel in the middle, and ends in a consonant. For a comparative, use double consonants and add ER to the end. For a superlative, use double consonants and add EST to the end. Let's say that your adjective or adverb is one syllable, has two vowels or two consonants at the end. For a comparative, just add ER to the end. For a superlative, just add EST to the end. Let's say that your adjective or adverb is 2 syllables and ends in Y. For a comparative, change the Y to an I and add ER to the end. For a superlative, change the Y to an I and add EST to the end. So a word like trendy becomes trendier or trendiest. If your adjective or adverb is more than 2 syllables and ends in LY, for a comparative, add more or less to the beginning of the word and do not add ER to the end. For a superlative, add most or least to the beginning of the word. Do not add EST to the end. So a word like significant would become more or less significant or most or least significant. It's important to note in most cases, when using less, such as less tall, keep it simple. You can just say shorter or not as tall. Let's recap. Comparatives are adjectives or adverbs that are used to compare 2 things to each other. They tell us which is more or less than between 2 things. The word will end in ER. Superlatives are adjectives or adverbs that are used to compare one thing to 2 other things or a group. They tell us which is the most or the least between the things being compared. The word will end in EST. The rules for comparatives and superlatives will differ between words based on the number of syllables, the vowels in the word, and how the word ends. This completes the lesson. Do you want to continue practicing what you've learned? Parents, you can download this lesson as a PowerPoint with practice worksheets at the Literacy Mobility store on Teachers Pay Teachers. Or go to Literacy Mobility on Teachers Pay Teachers and search the YouTube section to get only the worksheets for your student to practice what they've learned. Links will be in the show notes. So that's it for comparatives and superlatives. Happy homeschooling, happy tutoring, happy teaching.